Hello and welcome to LRN's new ELTA brand of recognised qualifications for people wishing to acquire the necessary skills to teach English to speakers of other languages. The English Language Teaching and Assessment Qualifications, or ELTA for short, have been designed by Learning Resource Network to offer candidates the opportunity to learn and, importantly, apply their subject knowledge in English language teaching at 3 different levels. The ELTA A at level 2, the ELTA B at level 3, and the ELTA C at level 5. This short video will provide an overview of the ELTA brand, the philosophy behind this suite of qualifications, and the overarching framework in which they are embedded. There will be some details regarding the various levels, but for the nuts and bolts of each individual qualification at the various levels, you will be able to find out more from our short, separate video clips about the ELTA A, ELTA B, and ELTA C. But right now, let me start by introducing myself and LRN. My name is Roberto Foth. I develop new qualifications at LRN. My background is in English language teaching and testing, and I'm very excited about the new ELTA suite of qualifications, not least because it builds on the experience and success of other qualifications that LRN brings to the table. LRN is recognised as an awarding organisation by Ofqual, the qualification regulator in England. LRN offers a wide-ranging qualification portfolio, including a number of international English qualifications which are recognised by employers, governments and professional bodies as providing proof of the skills and abilities they are looking for. LRN's head office in London is supported by a team of highly professional staff with considerable experience in the industry and by representatives around the world. The British Assessment Bureau has awarded LRN an international ISO number for provision and online verification of certificates and awards, and LRN is also a member of the Association of Language Testers in Europe. So here at LRN, we make awarding and certifying qualifications our business. LRN's high standards are well recognised, and this in turn ensures that an ELTA qualification guarantees training centres and candidates a product that is trusted. The ELTA suite of qualifications allows successful candidates to obtain complete, full unit qualifications, as I mentioned, at level 2, 3 and 5. These qualifications are designed for candidates who wish to obtain or work towards an initial teaching qualification in the field of English language teaching. The number of compulsory modules varies, but each full qualification includes a practical element. Because here we believe that any teaching qualification, even at an initial stage, must require the successful candidate to put theoretical knowledge into practice, and that means delivering content in front of an audience. At level 2, candidates are not expected to have any prior teaching experience. For the ELTA B at level 3, some prior teaching experience might be desirable, though not necessary. And at level 5, the ELTA C has been designed for people who have limited experience of teaching English language to adults, or those who already have a qualification in English language teaching but wish to refresh their knowledge and skills and, in the process, want to acquire an internationally recognised qualification. The crucial point is that all ELTA candidates at all levels will have the opportunity to apply theoretical knowledge in a practical environment as presenters or teachers. And this makes the qualification particularly attractive for both students and employers. But whatever the candidate's starting point, the practical application of skills and knowledge needs to be supported by a core knowledge module. And that's why all levels, level 2, 3 and 5, the ELTA A, ELTA B and ELTA C, include a compulsory module on language awareness and analysis to support activities within an ELT context. It is therefore important to remember that all candidates need to have a good command of English. We recommend a level of C1 or above on the CEFR, the Common European Framework for Reference for Languages. It is important to remember that the course itself is not a language course, and training centres need to make sure that applicants have the requisite level of English when they start the course, in order to pass the compulsory language awareness and analysis module. This compulsory language awareness and analysis module requires candidates to be able to describe basic concepts and associated terminology in relation to phonology, discourse, syntax, lexis, and language functions, as well as the acquisition of the 4 language skills: speaking, listening, reading, and writing. At level 2, the successful candidate needs to pass an externally set and marked multiple choice test containing 40 questions. At level 3, this rises to 70 questions. However, at level 5, the assessment of all non-practical modules is via externally set and marked written assignments or essays of 900 to 1,000 words. You might well ask what kind of questions are asked in the test at level 2 or 3. Well, here's an example. You might be asked to match a phonemic symbol to a corresponding word containing the sound represented by the phonemic symbol. So, the diphthong ow, represented by a phonemic character, might need to be matched to a word, bowl or owl. And I'm sure you got it right. The phonemic symbol representing the diphthong ow is of course best matched to the word owl, not bowl. The Language Awareness and Analysis module provides the candidate with the basic subject knowledge that forms the cornerstone of competence in English language teaching, as it covers basic grammatical terms and concepts, basic phonology and lexical knowledge, language functions, and linguistic concepts at morpheme, word, sentence, text, and discourse level. In short, everything a competent English teacher should be familiar with. I've already mentioned the practical application of subject knowledge forming an integral part of LRN's ELTA suite of qualifications. Let me just explain in a little more detail how this practical element is implemented at the various levels. At level 2 for the ELTA A, the practical element is assessed by an internally graded and externally moderated observation of a presentation lasting 20 minutes. In addition, the successful candidate needs to submit a presentation planning portfolio which explains, among other things, aims and objectives of the presentation, the rationale behind selected materials and presentation techniques, timings, and comments on the selection of content within the context of ELT. At level 3, for the ELTA B, the successful candidate needs to pass a summative assessment of the practical application of teaching skills, which consists of an observed, internally graded and externally moderated formal teaching practice lasting 40 minutes, which is accompanied by a teaching practice portfolio that includes, among other things, lesson aims and objectives, language analysis on teaching point or points, lesson timings and stages, nodes on anticipated difficulties learners might encounter, opportunities for basic assessment and reflection, and evidence of professional interaction with learners, colleagues and trainers within the given institutional boundaries. At level 5, the ELTA C, the candidate is required to pass an internally graded and externally moderated formal teaching practice consisting of 2 formal teaching observations, 2 hours in total. Once again, an accompanying teaching practice portfolio will be internally graded and a selection of portfolios will be externally validated, this time including, among other things, a scheme of work covering a program of learning, lesson aims and objectives, also reference to the CEFR, and opportunities for formative and summative assessment and reflection. As this short description of the practical module illustrates, the ELTA suite of qualifications offers a clear progression path. At level 2, the candidate is expected to be able to deliver a presentation on an ELT-related topic. That could be a grammar point, a lexical item, or a language skill. At level 3, the candidate is expected to demonstrate acquired skills within ELT in a more formal and extended teaching practice session, while candidates at level 5 are expected to demonstrate practical teaching skills over at least 2 formal observations and a program of learning spanning several classes. The practical element in combination with the Language Awareness and Analysis unit completes the full unit qualification at level 2, the ELTA A. The total qualification time for this qualification is estimated at about 60 hours. At level 3, the full unit qualification is complemented by one more theory unit: Planning and Managing Teaching and Learning in ELT. This unit covers the selection of resources, the planning and staging of lessons, and the management of classroom and appropriate learning activities. Assessment of this module at level 3 is also through 70 multiple choice questions, in the course of which you might have to match a particular language activity to a particular purpose you want to achieve. So, for example, if you want your learners to be able to make polite requests, you might have to decide which activity is most or least suitable. At level 3, the ELTA B, this module completes the full unit qualification, which thus consists of the language awareness and analysis, 70 questions, the planning and managing teaching and learning, also 70 questions, and the third unit, which is the practical element, a 40-minute observation, which is summatively assessed, as well as a teaching portfolio. The total qualification time is set at just under about 100 hours. At level 5, the ELTA C, the full unit qualification consists of 5 units in total. It is therefore far more detailed. There are 4 theory modules assessed by externally set and marked assignments, that's essays of between 900 and 1,000 words, and a practical element, the 2 lesson observations, 2 hours in total. The units are as follows. Unit 1, knowledge, understanding and skills of teaching, learning and assessment in ELT. Unit 2, developing teaching, learning and assessment in ELT. Unit 3, planning resources for effective delivery in ELT. Unit 4, language awareness and analysis to support skills in ELT, with particular reference to the 4 language skills: listening, speaking, reading and writing. And Unit 5, the practical element, teaching practice. The total qualification time for this qualification is set at 185 hours. Centres wishing to offer and run the ELTA suite of qualifications need to apply for centre registration to LRN. We strive to support our centres as much as possible, and we endeavour to be as flexible as possible without ever jeopardising the integrity or security of our qualifications. Centre staff leading ELTA courses must be fully qualified to level 5 or equivalent, hold a teaching qualification and a university degree. I realise that the information provided in this short video is necessarily rather sketchy and broad in its outline. However, I hope that it has given you an idea of what we believe to be an organic suite of qualifications that offers candidates a clear progression route with flexible entry points into teaching English to speakers of other languages. You can find more information at www.lrnglobal.org, and there are also detailed qualification specifications for each level. And, of course, if you so wish, you can give us a call here in London. We look forward to hearing from you. Bye-bye.